Here we are at the Hixson residence. I'm talking to
Elaine Hixson.
and
Evelyn Hixson.
what? Okay,
It's all right.
okay. Now I'm gonna go. And how long have you lived at this house?
53 years this next January.
Both of y'all.
Uh-huh.
Both of us, yes.
And what's the main thing you like about Linton?
All the people around, and I belong to a church choir, and I belong to Civitan, and do community work, Glenburn, and do a lot of volunteer work in Civitan. And we do work with the candy box, and I did work with the fruitcake last year, and that's just about all.
And what do you like about Linton?
Well, we have a lot of friends in this town. We've lived here all of our lives, and we both belong to First Church up here, and I've belonged up here 50 years, and it's very nice. We have a very nice minister, very nice, and his name's Reverend Dieter, and I haven't been in Civitan as long as Lane has, and I enjoy it. It's really a nice organization.
So what's the Civitan about?
Yeah, tell us what Civitan is all about and what you guys do with that.
Well, we do a lot of work like Special Olympics, and then we have our anniversary dinner and award dinner. We just had that last week. And then we went to Terre Haute for their award dinner, and that was nice. And we just have a really good fellowship together. And we had our area meeting this year in August out here to the West Shelter House. And we had a good time. Real nice.
Well, so you have to raise money, and one of the ways you did it was with the fruitcakes?
Yeah, fruitcakes and candy boxes. We help the crippled children, and that's what a lot of that goes for. And then also the club last year bought new steps for the swimming pool out here, and for the crippled children. And then we bought last year, I think, we bought some new equipment for the handicapped children out there.
And are you an officer, Elaine?
No, I'm not an officer.
Are you?
But you are the outstanding fruitcake salesman.
Yeah, I was last year.
Tell us about your fruitcake sales. Well, when you were the outstanding salesman, you sold like I don't know how many pounds.
I sold last year, Todd. I sold 441 pounds here in Linton.
My goodness.
And anybody that would call, I would take it to them and deliver it.
So what's your goal for this year?
Well, no, we don't know where we're going to get to sell any or not, because they're talking not doing something else. And we are going to sell pecans. That's one thing we are going to do this year.
Pound
Pound
boxes.
pecans.
This year, they'll be the same price as they were last year, $4. Just in pound packages.
Do you guys do things still with the men's Civitan and the junior Civitan club? And also tell me about the junior Civitan
They
club.
don't have any junior Civitan.
Don't have any.
Don't have any junior Civitan.
I don't know how come.
I don't know
See what
how
happens
come
when I
they-
leave? See what happens?
Yeah.
We
And
don't
they,
know what
I don't know how
happened.
come they don't get one started, because that's what they need for the young people. They really do, folks. They really do.
I want to start to say for her. Now they had a junior Civitan here, and they met up here at the Sarin Church. But I don't know what happened. They just quit or dropped
They
out
just
or something.
quit or something, I don't know.
We don't know.
That's amazing. Why don't you tell us now about the hospital and how long ago it had been since it's been torn down and how you felt about it?
Well, it was torn down in 70, I think 70, was 72 or 73.
Oh, it was longer than that, later than that.
It
Well,
was torn down like maybe 4 years ago.
about 4 years ago, 4 or 5. And then they built a new hospital out here at, on Longtree in 74. And when they tore that down, folks, it was awful heartbreaking, because it was pitiful. And I sure hated to see it go down. I really did. Because it was close there, and you could go and see anybody, and now you have to get in your car and go. And it makes it bad. Because when my father had his blood clot a year ago in February, why, we had to call the ambulance after him and had him to be taken out there.
And what do you... I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's all right.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead and say what you're
I
going.
shouldn't say that. We almost lost him. He didn't know anything for 3 days. He was bad, and I had gone upstairs to see if I could call him. I called him for breakfast that morning. He said, "What you got?" I said, "Bacon and eggs and biscuits." "Okay, I'll be down." I helped him put one of his socks on his feet. And I turned around, come back downstairs. My Lord, he didn't come. I thought, what in the world? Something's wrong here. Went back up there and there he laid on the floor. I think I screamed till the whole town must have heard me. I come downstairs real quick. We had to call an ambulance.
My goodness.
But he come out of it. But
Oh, good.
he's been pretty good lately.
Yeah, he's been pretty
good.
But him at his age,
Yeah.
pretty.
How old is he?
90. He's getting up there.
Yeah.
Of course, he's just like the rest of us. He's forgetful too, and I am too sometimes. I mean, I forget. We all do.
I was going to say
And
that.
I said, I'm forgetful. I forget things sometimes, and sometimes he can't remember anybody's names. It's pitiful. Not very funny. But I said, you like that, you can't help it. I mean, it's hard on you, person.
Yeah, that's right.
What are you going to do?
So tell me about the latest, the latest news around town. What do you know what I mean?
Well, it wasn't very long ago, I think it's been about 2 weeks ago, that Homer Darniger died.
Did he? I didn't know.
And
Homer died.
he belonged to men Civitan.
Do you remember Gertrude and Homer Donner?
He had just come down here that day before 11:30 down here to Wendy's to eat his dinner. It's the last time I've seen him alive.
And they bought a new house out there.
What was wrong with him?
Had a heart attack.
Well, I know he wasn't driving very well. He was,
Well,
he'd get in that
He was
car.
driving his car and everything, but he'd take off and go to see his girls and everything else. And he didn't have no business. Had no business going, but he went.
The woman that mows his yard down here, well, I've heard, she walked in the house that evening, there he laid on the floor. The whole town was just shocked. He was in men's Civitan for years and years.
I remember him.
And he was a worker.
Yeah.
He never failed to. He always got out and raised funds for what was needed in this town, and it wasn't a lazy bone in him. He worked awful hard, and I think he donated some trees over here for the Salvation Army building around there. Of course, he tore some of his trees down after she died. Now, I don't think he lived out there very long after she died.
Do you ladies remember when Slim Risher ran for mayor? Can you tell us about that?
Well, not too much. I mean, he was a good mayor, and he done a lot of good things and everything. And he was always nice and everything. And then, of course, now Jim Wright, he's been very nice to the Linton Lady Civitan. He doesn't charge us anything for the building out there. And everybody in the Civitan thinks that's wonderful. And I do too, because Jim's done a lot for the Civitan Club.
Yes, he gave us a new, well, he didn't give it to us, but we've got a new American flag up on the east wall out there, and they put up a new clock. And it's real nice out there.
It's real nice.
Yeah.
Where's that at?
Out here at the West Shelter House. Out here at the park.
Oh.
And it's real nice in there. We meet there every second and fourth Monday nights.
Well, I know you used to be at that church out east of town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Church of Christ. Yeah, we used to meet there when
We
I
used
was
to
in.
meet there, but we don't anymore.
We don't need it more.
But now we used to meet over at the Girl Scout camp. They run us out.
How come?
Well, I don't know. Guess
Well,
they
the
thought it was a
Scouts
Girl Scout camp. Well, it is a Girl Scout.
It is Girl
After
Scout.
all, belongs to them.
Yeah.
But we meet in the West Shoulder House out there every second and fourth Monday nights.
Do you ladies ever shop uptown?
Well, yeah. I go in, we trade up there at Murphy's and in different places here in town.
Did you ever go to Faye's Closet?
Not since she's been up there, not since she's moved down there where she is now. I've not been in there.
Do you guys
We
go
used
to?
to trade in at JJ's, but I don't go in there very much anymore.
Kind of the new wall.
No, we usually do our trading. We usually do our trading out here at Red and White
Oh, I see.
store.
What do you guys think about the Walmart store?
Yes, we go out
go
there
out there.
sometimes.
Yes,
It's
we
very
do.
nice.
Very nice.
Very nice out there. And sometimes we trade it your way, but not very much. But they're like everybody else. They're high too. Everything's raising.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like that, but what are you gonna do? But it's just one of them things that you can't help it.
Yeah.
What else?
With everything,
They got everything. They're
Well,
real
yeah.
naturals.
I think we told you about everything that, to be known.
this gasoline's getting worse and worse all the time.
Yeah.
It's raising every time you read the paper.
Yeah.
What do you think about what's going on in Saudi Arabia?
I think
Oh,
that's terrible.
well, I don't like it. I
Not
mean,
very
it's
good.
scary. You don't know what's going to happen. And then the other day it came out in the paper, we could have an earthquake.
Yeah.
You could have one of them
We
anytime.
don't know when. We're never ready. Never prepared either. You just read it every day in the paper. I just read it Friday.
Was it Indiana? Or just
Yeah,
Indiana.
it is around here and
Around
I
here.
forget where.
Well, also I know my nieces go to Linton School up here, and they're not allowed to play in that wooded area anymore because in case an earthquake would
Oh
happen.
my land. Oh my, I didn't know that. I didn't know
I
that.
don't know anything about that, but
I worked
I
at the
do
Linton
know
School
that
for 31
it's
years and helped
terrible
cook for
there.
all the children there.
I remember you then.
but
Yeah.
it's terrible.
Well, thank you, ladies, both for
Well, you're
your
just
time.
welcome. My
You're
goodness, glad to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
Yes.
Too.
Glad to do it.
Real nice.